Again, it is Ashley from Confident Coin, and today we are going over our bank account tracker file. When you purchase the file, you will receive a PDF that has a link on the last page that will bring you to this spreadsheet. Once you click on it, you will be instructed to make a copy of the file and you'll be ready to begin. So this first tab you'll come to, which is Start Here, is a list of Quickstart instructions. The PDF that you downloaded also has instructions in it as well, but we will go over everything here. So the first thing that you're going to want to do once you've opened the file is click on Summary. Now under Summary, there is a list of tabs that you'll see. A column for institution name, account number, start balance, and current balance. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is list out your institution names. Now, as this is a Google Sheets file, if you don't feel safe keeping very detailed information online, you can literally enter any kind of nickname or reference that's going to help you remember what the account is. And same thing goes for the account number. You can enter it or you can leave it if you find it helpful, or maybe you want to enter the last 4 digits so that you know what the account is, especially if you have several different ones, that may be helpful. The next thing that you're going to want to do is enter the start balance. So here we've got $1,000, $21,000, and then $986. You will not enter anything in the current balance, as this will come from the different bank account files. So we will come back to that. However, you can see at the bottom here under your summary what your total current balance is of all 10 bank accounts. The last cool thing about this page is that there is a go to quick link. So if you hover over the arrow, it'll bring up the account or the tab name, and you can click on it and it will take you directly there. So this is what you will see under the first account. Now let's say you want to rename this. Instead of it being account 1, you can right click on it and click rename. And for the video, we will call this one Bank of Coins, since that is the file or the bank account name that we are using here. So the way that the spreadsheet works is a lot of the information will transfer over for you from the first tab or from the summary tab. And then there's a place here to enter any notes, like maybe you need to say a due date for something or something that you need to remember. You can enter it here. It's just a double click, type, and press enter. The next thing that you're going to want to do is enter the categories of transactions that you might have. You don't need to do this if you don't want to. I do find it helpful with my banking in terms of organizing my fees. So the way that it's entered at the moment is different types of banking transactions you may have, but you could change this to other things. For example, like let's say you share this credit card with your spouse or your partner. You could put your name. So let's say Ashley, and you could put your partner's name. And when you enter the drop-down category here, you can select and assign who the categories are assigned to, like who's made the withdrawal or the expense. If you're still with me, we will carry on. So the way that this works is you will enter the date of the transaction. You can either use a drop-down date selector, or you can just type it in. You can enter a description, and then as we were talking about, use the category. And then you're going to enter in the withdrawal column if it's a withdrawal or an expense, and then you'll enter it in a deposit. You'll enter it in as a deposit or a credit if that is what the transaction is. The next thing you'll want to do is look at the next thing that we're going to talk about is the reconciliation column. These are just for your reference. So if it's a check or maybe something you want to verify that you've put into your budget, you would use the tick box column. You could use it. It doesn't affect the spreadsheet in any way. It's really just for reference. So let's say this is a check that you're cashing. Let's just change this for this. So let's say it's a check. That's $100, and let's say your bank holds it for a set amount of time. Once it's gone through, you could tick the box so that you know that it has been approved. The other thing I wanted to talk about last is the balance. So the way the spreadsheet works, it automatically calculates the balance for you. So let's just enter in a transaction. Let's say it was the same day, and let's say we got a check from the bank, and I'll say it was mine, and let's say the amount was $1,000, because woohoo, it will automatically calculate for you what your new balance should be. So there's no math required. And even if you don't enter anything else in these three first columns, it will still calculate for you what your balance should be. Finally, the last part about this file is that one other option for you, depending on how your bank works, is that you could copy and paste your banking transactions from your bank into the file. So if you can download your banking details in a CSV or a certain different types of spreadsheets, a PDF can work as well. You would just want to highlight the transactions by the row and then paste them. So Control C and then Control V, you can copy the different parts of it into your spreadsheet so you don't have to manually copy and paste everything. And then finally, this file includes 10 different accounts, so all of the tabs function the same way. It's very easy to customize, and then as we were talking about before, your current balance will be updated on the summary tab. So if you ever want to know exactly what's going on in your bank accounts at any time, it is all ready for you here on the current balance page. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on quickly is that maybe let's say this is way too many accounts for you, and let's say maybe you need 5. If you want to hide the extra tabs, you can right click on them and say hide sheet. It will hide it. I will show you where you can find it. So you could basically repeat that for all of the accounts that you don't want to see. And if you do decide you want to see them, you can go to view, hidden sheets, and show account, and it will be back, so that you can have as many or as few accounts as you need within the file. The file is available for purchase. The link is below in the description. If you have any questions, leave them for me below. Thanks for watching.